Welcome to another episode of Board Game Coffee Espresso.
Today we're going to be introducing you to Math Rush, published by Genius Games. So this game plays 1 to 5 players. It's for ages 8+, and the playtime is roughly around 15 minutes.
Math Rush is this cooperative, fast-paced math game where everybody's playing simultaneously to put these equations that they have in their hand, and they're simple equations like subtractions and additions, but you're trying to put them in a sequence on the table. And the sequence you're supposed to put them on is determined by these cards that are laid out in the front of each row. So it starts with 3 rows, and it might say 5 cards that in ascending order. So that means you have to put mathematical equations in order that the answers are ascending. Then you might have another one that says descending. And then you could, in most cases, you can use either subtraction or addition equations to get this answer. But there are some cases where you'll have to do a specific, or you'll have to lay down a specific type of card. So it might say like 6 cards ascending, but they all have to be subtraction cards. So there's a clock ticking, and you're trying to work with your teammates, and you're shouting out loud to being like, I need a 6 here, I need anything higher than a 7 over here, or something lower than a 10, and everybody's playing it down. As soon as you get the required amount of cards, because when I said like you need 5 cards ascending, once there's 5 cards in ascending order, then you flip that card over and you keep going, you put a new one. So you try to solve as many of these problems as possible. It's really fast paced. If you want to get a sense of the game, there's actually a how to play online where they're actually showing Rodney how to play. Rodney Smith from Watch It Played fame. Great guy. Rodney, we love you. Now, the game plays for 3 rounds. So basically, you go through this math rush. You go through this math rush until your time limit runs out. Then you tally up your score, clear the board, and do it again. You do that 3 times, and as a team, you see how well you can score. And then there's this little chart that tells you how good you did based on your final score. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is if you're playing with little kiddies, there are alternative rules to make the game easier and more accessible to the young ones. So I like the fact that they added that little bit, the easier set of rules for the youngins. You know, especially now with like COVID and the lockdown and going to school is tough, and who knows how long that will be going. It's a great way to kind of like advance your children's education in a fun way at home. You know, this seems like something that they should have at schools, like teachers should bring them into the classroom. Because this would be, if you were in class, if you're in math class, this would be the game I'd want to do. And I really can't emphasize how good I think a game like this would be if you had young ones. Like we don't have kids, but if we did have kids, I could see this is the kind of like homework learning type of thing I would do with them. Because anything else, probably not. This I would do. I think we'd have a good time. And that's it for another episode of Board Game Coffee Espresso. If this sounds like a game you'd be interested in, check out the link in the description below, and we'll let you know exactly where you can get your very own copy. Thanks for joining us. If you like this video and you want to see more, subscribe to our channel. It's the best way to keep up to date with everything we do here at Board Game Coffee. But if you want to see more right now, we got plenty of videos to choose from. And if that's not enough, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm Mark Maya, and this is Board Game Coffee. And remember, have fun, keep gaming, be social. See you next week.